life is a process of becoming. Everything, right, is a process of becoming, and you can only become like what you are meant to be, right? Like we have the seed of a rose, that everything that rose could be is in the seed.
Wait a minute. I think we need to run that back. Could you say that one more time for the people in the back?
Everything that the rose is meant to be is in the seed.
I love that.
And so all the seed needs is the right conditions. It needs the water, it needs the soil, it needs the ecosystem around it. It just needs the right conditions to grow into what it's meant to become.
Welcome to Driven to Service, where we honor those who serve. Today we have a special guest, Dr. Dominica. She is here to talk about the organization Become and how it is used to necessarily create community impact and give us some of the history of the organization. Welcome. Pleasure to have you.
Pleasure to be here.
Yes. We did want to kind of just learn more about your organization and how it creates community impact and how it actually creates community value. So if you can, before it was any Dr. Dominica, before there was any Become, how did you identify community?
So growing up, I grew up in a small rural town called Leslie, Michigan. I used to joke that my whole block in Hyde Park, I used to live in Hyde Park, and my whole block in Hyde Park could fit my town, like the population of my town in Leslie. Small town, small rural town in Michigan. And growing up, I was one of the few kids of color in the town. And in that, I experienced like the best and worst parts of community. In some ways, very close-knit, loving community. And in other ways, I experienced just a lot of racism, blatant racism throughout my childhood. And so community early on meant both a place of belonging and care, but then it also meant a place of marginalization and humiliation. So community held a lot of weight for me growing up as a kid, which made me very passionate about community dynamics and their effects on human psychology.
Amazing. So, like, I know you were actually just observing community at one point, but what kind of drove you and pushed you to like, okay, I'm a part of the community, but now I'm ready to make impact within the community?
Yeah. So when I was a freshman in college, I went to Michigan State University.
Hey, shout out Spartans.
What? Do you was Spartan?
No, I just always loved the team. I always loved them. I was a college football. I'm sorry.
Okay, good. Well, we at least have a Spartan fan in the room. Yes. Go green and white.
Yeah.
Yes. So when I was a freshman in college, I had signed up for this volunteer opportunity. It was an alternative spring break where you just go somewhere and you volunteer for the spring break. And so the organization sent me to Chicago. And so it was the first time I've been in Chicago, and we were working with an organization on the west side that was doing a bit of everything at the time. They were doing community organizing, they were feeding families, they were visiting seniors, they were tutoring kids. So we were doing all of that with them. And I just fell in love with serving community. I fell in love with it. I had already had this passion around community and this drive around community, but to see it in action, to see people loving on community in these different ways, just sparked this whole other level of passion for me. And that drove, I was like, okay, I'm going to start a nonprofit that serves community.
I love it. As you begin this journey with community, what do you see or identify needed the most within the community?
Yeah, so much has been brought up, especially from COVID on, around mental health, mindset, psychology. And so one of the things that is needed, I say two things, that mental health is an issue that keeps being brought up because of the level of trauma that's happening in community, that's put upon community, that happens within our families.
Absolutely.
And, within in life in general. And then having COVID add on top of that, and then now having this current socio-political situation add on top of that, right? So people are dealing with a lot mentally, emotionally. But also, in addition to that, it's people believing in community, believing in people,
People
right?
believing in people.
People believing in people believing that other people are capable and other people have potential and other people have strengths and brilliance, right? Like, and so I think community really needs to be seen for the strengths that community has, that people have, and that people can actualize just given the right circumstances and the right opportunities.
So the organization name is Become. Very powerful. I love the name. I think one of our here at SIR, it is the conjugation to be. How did you come upon that organization name, and just what has it meant for you to actually name your organization Become?
Yeah. Well, Become, it came to me, and I call it like divine inspiration, but it came to me really in a whisper. I was sitting in Auburn Gresham at the corner of Racine and 79th in Chicago, and meeting with these two women. We were talking about programming. This is like 2012, December 2012. Talking about programming, and just sitting there talking about it, I just this whisper of Become. I was like, Become. And I was already conceptualizing the organization before then. And right when I heard the name, I went home, wrote the manifesto, the logo, sent the paperwork in, and then January 4th, Become became.
I love it.
Yeah, but that name is so powerful to me too, because life is a process of becoming. Everything, right, is a process of becoming, and you can only become like what you are meant to be, right? Like we have the seed of a rose. That everything that rose could be is in the seed.
Wait a minute. I think we need to run that back. Could you say that one more time for the people in the back?
Everything that the rose is meant to be is in the seed.
I love that.
And so all the seed needs is the right conditions. It needs the water, it needs the soil, it needs the ecosystem around it. It just needs the right conditions to grow into what it's meant to become.
Oh, that's a word. That's a word. We know Become to be within system building, right? How do you all use those systems to necessarily promote some of the things that you all look to create impact in? Like, how do you use systems to kind of really assist the community within those things that might be a little areas of opportunity?
Yeah. So we have a array of skills that we bring, our toolbox to community and to work with community, from evaluation and research to strategy to program development, design to leadership development, training. This is a toolbox to help communities to build what they want to build, to dream and to achieve their dreams in ways that are real and tangible and data driven, and we can prove it, we can see it, we can improve it, it can become, right? Like it can become what they want it to be, and effectively and lasting. And so the idea of systems, the systems, the etymology of a system is an organized whole. Right. And so often we are trained in this country to think in pieces, to work in silos, to be separate from each other, independent, right? Separate from each other. And that breaks our potential power as a society, right? It breaks the process of actually having collective power. And then it also diminishes our intrinsic power, because a lot of times when we don't see ourselves as connected to the whole and having the potential impact that we can have on others, then we don't see our own power, right? So this idea of all these separate pieces, moving, then dissipates the power of the whole. So systems is really bringing these different elements of us, bringing people together, bringing organizations together, bringing institutions together, so that we all work in concert with each other, so that we can move towards actual sustainable well-being.
Mm.
And so we think of, like, with the body as a system, right? As
Very
an
much so.
example, like the body is a system, and it's made up all these different parts that are in relationship with each other,
That's true.
right? Each part, like the heart, the brain, the liver, the kidney, the arms, the legs, like all working in concert with each other
Mm.
for us to be a full functioning body. And so apply that to community, that we all have a role, right? Like, we all have a role in community, and we need to step into that role to help the whole work well. One of the systems that we've developed with community has been a system of social development for youth. And this system of social development kind of sounds abstract, but it's really, how is the community culture created in such a way that centers the young person, that everybody seeing a young person go down the street, they're talking to him, hey young man, hey young lady, how you doing today, what's going on? So we're not afraid of youth, we are working with you, we are nurturing youth, we're mentoring youth. Like, everybody in the community is a mentor, everybody in the community is a resource, right? And so really designing our community routines and mores and behavior in a way that really centers young people's well-being. So how are we sharing wisdom with young people? How are we being led by young people, right? Like, raising them up to leadership in the community. So this system is the blueprint for this system of social development for youth is laid out. They've designed it. Now they're starting to prototype and test it out and expand it in the community. So they're working on that now, entrenched in the community, embedded in the community, and it's already been, like, the process to get there has already been so fruitful. People have talked about the personal growth that they've experienced, the leadership skills that they've developed, the agency, the sense of belonging that they've experienced through this process of working together to design this system, and then now to build it out in the community, right? They truly innovated something that is substantial and can be catalytic, can be transformative in ways that really help you thrive, but also everybody thrive, right? And so that is already showing such promise, and we want to share this process with other communities in Chicago, other communities around the country, in Detroit, in Baltimore. And so that's what this campaign is about. It's about taking this process that has already shown such beautiful results and making it so we can share it with other communities across the country.
Amazing. I think one of the biggest things that kind of made me do my own research, just self-actualization is something that's so prominent and spoke about, that community actualization wasn't something that I actually knew, and actually was like, oh man, I found that I did have to kind of have both, and like, to kind of build. How do you think community actualization helps heal our community?
Yeah. So a lot of people know about self-actualization, basically like human flourishing, right? But Maslow, the person who kind of coined self-actualization, he said, like, you have to have basic needs, right? You have to have shelter, you have to have food, then you have to have relationships. It's kind of this triangle leading up to, like, okay, you can be a flourishing, conscious human being. Community actualization was rooted in the Blackfoot tribe. As far as his conceptualization of self-actualization was rooted in his observations of the Blackfoot tribe, which he actually turned everything upside down. He turned everything upside down. So with the Blackfoot tribe, they believe in community actualization. They believe that every human being is born whole with potential and strengths, and it's up to the community to make sure that every person within that community is able to step into their strengths and their wholeness and their purpose, and actualize their potential, and the community provides that. They provide the needs and the belonging and the support, the physical support, the emotional support, the mental, the spiritual support. So it's really about community care. And if you think about, like, the pandemic is another example, we were so isolated, right? Like, that was one of the reasons why people said, oh, mental health is really, really needed right now, because people were experiencing, a lot of people were experiencing the hardship of not only the physical, resources and the fear, but also the isolation. And it just pointed out that we need each other, like how much we need each other. And for us to step into communities in ways where we feel like we belong and we have a role and we have a purpose and we're taking care of each other, that's healing.
That is true. That is
right?
community healing.
Yes, yes, yes. Each person heals others, and others can heal each person.
Yeah.
The give and take.
Because I know people right now be like, I can't heal nobody. But in that sense of community, there can be a lot of healing.
Yeah,
I love
yeah. And even that, with what you're saying, like a person thinking like, I can't heal anybody, but they can. Yeah, like
You limited your
you
power.
limit your power. We are all capable of being healing agents for each other. And together. Like, yeah, simple smiles, simple words,
Just
listening,
hello, how you
everything.
doing?
Yes.
Hope you're doing well.
Yes, yes.
From the work you're doing and the conversation you're having, what are some of the biggest challenges communities are facing right now that you see that Become looks to address? One of the bigger ones.
Yeah, mental health is a big one, and this idea of community care. But we have 5 main focus areas: youth. For youth to grow up strong, right? To have everything that they need to have in their development holistically. Economy, but economy really baked into this idea of cooperative economics, right? Like community owning, community ownership, communities giving to each other, sharing together, collectively owning whatever it is, like whether it's the grocery stores or it's the land or it's the buildings, right? Community ownership, community circulation. So economy, but in this idea of cooperative economics. I said maternal and family health. So maternal health, infant health, and family health, and safety and peace. So those are our 5 core areas, and they really grew from community need, right? What community was saying, and communities, multiple communities were saying that they needed, they wanted more mental health, right? Even with the stigma around it, right? Like saying that
we are breaking.
Yes, yeah. There's been a lot of progress around mental health.
So to have organizations that kind of push that as well.
Yes, it's great. But all of those have been an explicit need or passion or goal for multiple communities that we work with.
Amazing. What has the community taught you that your PhD may have not have given you? Like, I know a lot of times education is a very strong standpoint that a lot of people need to even do this work. But what's something that you learned through lived experience that's something that education wouldn't technically teach you?
Yeah. So one of the things is the power of altruism.
Okay, let's learn a new word today, guys. What is altruism?
Altruism is the dynamic of giving to each other just for the satisfaction of giving to each other. Like not giving to get, just giving to give and enjoying that and getting reward from that. It's actually baked in our biology for many people, many, healthy people mentally, but altruism is not only like a biological function, social function, but it is an aspect of well-being too. And so that came loud and clear in our interviews and focus groups or conversations with people in Auburn Gresham specifically. So we have a community transformation hub and work in Auburn Gresham, integrated in with GAGDC, Greater Auburn Gresham Development Corporation, True Believers Community Connections, and others in the neighborhood, but as part of the Auburn Gresham Neighborhood Network. But we're doing our Culture of Community Transformation work, which is really the system building work there in Auburn Gresham. And as part of it, to get to where we're at now with these priority areas, we talked to 150 people, in-depth conversations. What's your dream for your life, your family, your hopes, right? For the community, your pain points, your challenges. What do you see as challenges with the community? And we heard so many amazing stories and painful stories and inspiring stories. And in many of them, when we asked people about their wildest dreams for themselves, their wildest dream for themselves, many people immediately went to, they wanted to give to the community. They wanted to have a substance abuse home. They want to have a shelter. They want to have a youth development center. So many ways. Like, you want to?
Yes,
Youth development center?
yes.
Yes. See? Right here. Example of altruism. Like, and so many people just wanted to give, and they just felt so much satisfaction from giving. And that's not really taught. Like, the PhD, like a psychology PhD, is like the power of simply give. It's so simple. It's so simple yet so powerful. We have a tendency to like complicate things.
Yeah,
You know, I'm in that boat too. I complicate things a lot, but still, the simple stuff is pretty powerful.
That's amazing. In Becomes History, when has been a time that you have looked and was like, this is why we don't quit. This is why we don't give up. This is why we do the work we do.
Yeah. So we've been co-leading a coalition called Courage to Love with UIC, Advocate, Aurora Health, GAGDC, and others around infant health and maternal health, the health of the mom and babies. Yes. And in this work, one of the things that came out in the research that led to this work was that you put everything the same with Black mamas and white mamas, everything the same: education, socioeconomic status, access to resources, access to quality health care. You put everything the same, and you still see a disparity with infant mortality, with babies dying before their first birthday. And so what they found was that it's due to racism, structural racism, interpersonal racism, and the impact of racism on our bodies, the bodies of women. Wow. Right? And then therefore the bodies of the baby that's growing inside the woman. And they came out with saying, like, one of the antidotes to that is love, is like strong relationships around the mom and baby. And so Courage to Love is about that. It's about how do we create love assets around moms and babies so that they can thrive in all the ways. And so one of the phases of our work with that project was working with community residents to develop these love asset processes, programs, and work on building relationships within their block, within their neighborhood. And so we had 5 different block clubs that were doing different work around this. And there was one block in particular. They had a block club that was 40 years old. And this was the elder, the most eldest person of the group. Amazing woman. She was the block club leader for years. And they came together through this program, and they went out and they engaged people. They even, like, a woman who had been in her house for 2 years, hadn't even came out for them when they did a gathering, kind of like a family reunion, kind of like on their block. You know, she came out for them. So they had engaged so many people. They brought the community together in ways that they had never brought the community in. And she was saying that in her 40 years of doing block club organizing, they had never worked together this well. And she said it was simply magical.
Yeah.
Right. And so like, it was moments like that that just like this is why we don't stop. Yes.
No, that's
The
amazing. Because I
super
think
inspirational.
it was like a great point you have. Like you have this amazing toolkit at your disposal of individuals who can necessarily assist and aid, but you also taking your knowledge and also hearing the community. I think a lot of times there are people in different areas that just feel more like we have a solution. Try this and actually getting that community input and engagement. I think I'm sure that is largely a great reason why you all seen the success. So
Yes. Oh,
amazing.
yes.
Amazing. I love that you
Yes.
guys did that. So for those that love the mission of becoming and look to support and get involved, how would they go about that?
They can go to weallbecome.org. We're actually doing a big, bold fundraising campaign right now. So if you want to support, go to weallbecome.org. And then you can find more about our work and our history at becomecenter.org.
Amazing. So I'm one of those people that are fully invested. I love what it become is. How could I actually support like on my level, on somebody that's very much grassroots, very much don't have the philanthropist funds yet? How could I actually support?
Yeah, yeah. So any amount is substantial for us, right? If you want to donate $5, if you want to donate $100, right? We're actually having a campaign, first 100 people donating $100, but you donate at whatever level you can.
Hmm.
Every dollar is love for us. Yeah.
I love it. Um, so within your own experience, how does how do communities look at um like you said, investment of a community, right? A lot of times the investment of community is not what's also in the community, right? It's sometimes people coming from outside. How can those people that kind of maybe outside of a community actually look to engage those that are in the community they look to impact?
Listening is one.
Mm,
Simply listening. But there are different types of listening. So in theory it's a theory for change, right?
mm,
Transformation. And they say that we need to kind of disrupt our automatic way of thinking, right? And so a lot of times people listen to confirm what they think they already know.
confirmation.
So they're not really listening to they're listening for information just to confirm what they already know.
Hmm.
We probably all do that,
Right.
to some extent. But the next level of listening is factual listening. So listening for like new information.
Mm,
The next level is empathic listening. So listening with your heart and listening to truly understand that person, understand who they are, the way they are, how they feel, what it's like to be them. Right. And then the other type of listening is generative listening, like what wants to emerge, like what's the future that wants to emerge from this moment, from this person, from this group. For people coming from other places into other places, start with empathic listening.
mm,
Like, let go of what you already think you know about them, the notions that you might hold about the people in that community.
mm,
Like, let go of that, what you think, and just listen with your mind and your heart to who they are, to what they truly want. Listen underneath the words,
mhm.
to the words and to beyond the words.
I
Yeah.
understand. Understand. That's amazing. Um, if you could, whether past or present, dead or alive, if you could have one person that can kind of help mentor you as you grow, become, dead or alive, who would be that person? Who would be that person that you would say, you know what, I'm gonna love you as a mentor to help me grow, become, and
Hmm. Interesting question. It's hard to pick just one person.
you can pick a thing.
There's so Krishnamurti,
Hmm.
he was a guru type of person, but he spoke a lot of wisdom. I mean, profound wisdom that his writings have changed the way that I think about a lot of things. And one of them is ambition. I used to think that ambition was a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
And in his book, Total Freedom, he was saying that ambition is actually not a good thing. It's counterproductive to our growth. It's counterproductive to our development as humans, because we are just out to achieve the goal, but not out to really like learn and grow in that. It's like, how can I get this and then get that and then get that? There's like no level of satisfaction, and a lot of it is ego driven, right? So anyway, I think that we need that kind of disruptive thinking and deeper level thinking to truly transform as a society. So I'd like to get mentored by him
Amazing.
to like disrupt any kind of like assumptions that I might have that might be counterproductive, or unintentionally harmful, right? To us as community, to us as people. In addition to Krishnamurti, Mr. Rogers.
No, hey, you might have to explain who Mr. Rogers is to a few people, because would you be mine? I love Mr. Rogers. That's
Mr. Rogers,
amazing.
did you watch it when you were a kid? Oh yeah. So many people
Mr. Rogers
in our
had a heart of gold.
generation, the next, yes. But it was all about love.
Mhm.
Everything was about
That's
love.
a fact. That's a
You
fact.
know, and that's what we need. Like that's my like. I tried to make that my life practice is love.
That's a
Yeah.
fact.
So that would be great to be like reminded in all the ways, putting on our jacket, putting on our shoes, talking with, the person next to us, like
So-
love, like
For sure,
yes.
for sure. No, that's amazing. Well, Dr. Dominica, I appreciate you for your time. You told us to not just live, not to just love, but to become. I do appreciate you for your time, and hope we can have you again on another podcast.
That would be awesome.
Amazing. We thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No problem.
As our conversation comes to a close, we invite you to take a closer look at Become.